Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a little while since I've done anything, so sorry about the no updating. Today we're going to be starting a couple seeds. I've got some herbs I need to start, and then probably next week I'm going to start on my peppers and the tomatoes. And I'm using my wonderful seed starter soil block maker. If you don't have one of these yet, I definitely recommend you get one of these. I liked using the trays, but I really liked the freedom of using this thing, and I have another surprise coming in the mail hopefully soon. I know one of them was back ordered, so fingers crossed they can get it in before, but I ordered a fun new toy or new tool to use in this seed starting stuff. But I've got my seed starting mix sitting here. I haven't quite mixed it all up yet. I do have, I accidentally grabbed a scoop of my soil conditioner, so I may have to do some sifting on some of this because it'll have a couple chunks in it, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm going to get started stirring this up, and then I'm going to get ready to make my soil blocks, and then I'll take you guys over and we'll plant some seeds. Alright, and now we're ready to plant. So let me go get my seeds and we will start planting. I actually could let this rest for a little while, since I actually kind of got this soil mix a little too wet, which that's what I may do. I may let it rest for a little while and then come back out and put little divots in there. It's one of the things I like about having this soil block maker is, see these little divots? These things are nice because they already make a pre-hole for you. And yeah, I know I gotta clean it off after using it. That was my test to see if this stuff would work, and no. Not quite enough substance in it. But I gotta go to the store later today and get some peat moss, and then my compost is not ready to use yet. I thought it was, but it's still breaking down. It's got another couple months left before I can use it. So what I'll do is I'll just go to my local hardware store or my local garden center. I've got a couple mom and pop garden centers that are near me, and I'll just go buy a bag of compost, and then I'll get a bag of peat moss. But yeah, so about time to have some fun. Okay, now that I got this all mixed up, the soil conditioner that I grabbed, it's not as bad as I thought. It's not as many chunks. There's a couple little chunks, but they should be okay. When I make a couple soil blocks, if I notice that they're going to be a little too chunky, then I might sift it. But so far, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I didn't grab the bigger soil conditioner. I just grabbed the thinner mix that I had sitting there. And this just has vermiculite in it, a little bit of topsoil, some perlite, and then I gotta grab some of my compost to throw in here, because right now this is very light and fluffy, and so I don't think there's enough soil mixture in here to really use my soil blocks. I may have to use my little plug trays for this mix if I can't get enough of my compost, because this, once wet, I don't think it's going to stay together as well without some compost, because of how light and airy it is. It's great for seeds, but for this, I don't think the blocks are going to stick together as well with just the perlite and the vermiculite, and then the small little bit of topsoil that I had, and a little bit of the soil conditioner that I had sitting out here. So let me go grab my compost and see if I can get this to be a little more thick. Not much. It's so airy right now. I just don't think it's going to make a really good block. I mean, it'd be great in my trays, which I may do if I can't get my compost out. Then what I'll do is I'll just use those trays and save these trays that I made for the next batch. But yeah, let me go get that. And I think I talked about it on the last video, but the roses, all of them, oh, that's blueberry, sorry. All the roses, these guys got eaten. I'm going to have to take some more clippings and find more of my buckets like this, or get some of my plastic and wrap one of these shelves in it, because I have little critters that come in here at night and they're eating my plants. And as you can see, I've got a limb to trim. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this tree right here, I've got a limb that goes all the way up, and it is on my greenhouse right now. So yeah, I've got to get it chopped off. So that'll be my next little project, is to grab my saw and get that done. But my compost bin is completely in the bucket now, so yay. It's no longer in this piled mess here that it was in. It's now contained in this guy, and as you can see, it's time to add some garden leaves or some clippings from the grass, but unfortunately the grass isn't growing right now because it's winter, so I'll have to use some of the leaves that are out in the front yard and get those guys done. But yeah, it's time to let that rest a minute, and then I will be getting started with seeds. So I'll see you back here in a minute. Oh, and before I forget, yes, I did get a haircut. I just came back from the hairdresser, and she straightened it for me. So happiness is getting your hair cut when it definitely needed it. But yeah, so you guys get to see it while it's nice and straight, and where she has styled, and then the next time you guys see me, it'll be its wild, crazy self, just a little shorter. She didn't take very much off. She took about 2-3 inches off, so not too bad. But yeah, it was time. It was getting crazy and wild, and once it gets to a certain spot, it just goes poof. So yay. And so yeah, anyway, let's get started with our seed starting, and I can show you guys how many herbs I have to start, because oh my goodness, it's a lot. Okay, so it's the next day. I went inside with every intention of coming back out, and the proverbial squirrel. I have a thing of vegetable stock in the crock pot that's been simmering for the last 12-14 hours by that point, and I had to go in and check it, so I had to add water to it and add some of the peppercorn and things, and I forgot to come back out. So luckily my soil is still nice and moist. I definitely used a little too much water yesterday on it, but so let's get started planting. I can't find my little doohickey I use for this, so looks like I'm just going to be lightly putting it on here with my hand. Alright, and there we go. And these are all lavender poppies. So what I'm going to do, since this tray is all the same thing, I can just write it on here. Oops. Oh no, I'm out of pencil. Oh. I'm out of pencil lead. I have to use this one. There we go. So this will be one whole tray. So well guys, thanks for coming along with me, and the next video will be out soon because I have a surprise in the mail. I have a new garden toy, so I can't wait for that video to come out. But that should be the next one that comes out either tomorrow or Tuesday. But new garden tools. But anyway, thanks guys, and we'll see you next time.